Hey, what's up guys? It's Warchild here. Today I want to talk about Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite and why I'm not that excited about these games. If any of these first-person shooters are your main game, you've probably been looking forward to one of them, if not all of them, all year. But I find myself not getting that excited about these games this year. I really did enjoy Cold War. I know a lot of people had issues with that game, but I enjoyed it just because it reminded me of Black Ops 2, and that's the Call of Duty I played the most. And I have had a little bit of hands-on with Vanguard. I've played a little bit of the multiplayer and a little bit of the zombies at my mate's house because I haven't bought the game yet. I just, like I said, not very excited about it. And multiplayer was okay. What Call of Duty is trying to do with this Modern Warfare engine is very weird. I'm not sure I'm into the idea of them adding lots of like mil-simmy realistic style elements to the gameplay while still keeping the game very arcadey. It just feels very confused and like unenjoyable, and that's why I didn't really like the multiplayer from Modern Warfare 2019. I felt it quite unenjoyable and very hard to get used to. But I enjoyed Cold War because it was like something I was familiar with, you know, like it felt like home to me again. And I know a lot of people have a problem with that, and that's fine. Like each their own. I just didn't really enjoy Modern Warfare for multiplayer, but I really did for Cold War. And I played a little bit of the zombies in Call of Duty Vanguard, and I actually thought the zombies was pretty good. Like, I don't normally care for it that much. I'll play it with my friends or whatever, but I don't usually spend a lot of time in it. But I played it and I found myself getting kind of sucked into it, which is actually a bit of a surprise. Which is, yeah, totally not my thing at all. And as far as the campaign, and the thing that really bummed me out about this is, I'm sure everyone's seen the thing with the Australian guy in the game who is actually a New Zealand war hero, and people in New Zealand got very upset about it because it feels like they're not getting represented, which is fair enough. So that does put a little bit of a dampener on the campaign, even though I am pretty excited to try it because I feel like the Call of Duty campaigns always go above and beyond with like the storytelling and what they're trying to do. And so I am keen to play that. I mean, that is my opinion. I know some people don't care for the campaign at all, and that's fine. But I enjoy them. I think that all these games still need at least a campaign, which brings me on to Battlefield 2042. When I found out there was no campaign for this game, I felt really kind of bummed out. I was like, I feel like the Battlefield campaigns have always been really, really exciting and really well done, very cinematic. They look fantastic, and they usually play really well as well. But it doesn't have a campaign this time, which I'm a little bit bummed out. And I know they've trying to make up for that with the other game modes. They still have their standard multiplayer mode, which is fine. If you're a Conquest person, that's cool. I find Conquest to be one of the more boring modes because it's so played out. We've done Conquest forever in Battlefield. I would prefer they bring back the Rush game mode from like Bad Company 2, something a little bit more intense. Whereas like Conquest can just be like no teamwork involved, run around and hit objectives. It just doesn't feel like it used to, like back in the day. I preferred it. I preferred Conquest when I first played it because it was new and exciting at the time. Large scale maps, taking objectives, working as a team. Whereas now you probably get a better experience playing Squad or Hell Let Loose or something like that if you wanted that kind of experience where you actually have to communicate and have teamwork to win games. Then there's the Hazard Zone, which the Hazard Zone was very promising because I really like Hunt Showdown and I really like Escape from Tarkov, and everyone's touting, oh, Hazard Zone's going to be the Escape from Tarkov killer or whatever, and now everyone's saying it's very much like Hunt Showdown. But I've watched a lot of footage of it, and yeah, it looks pretty cool, but it does look very basic. Like, it looks like the first iteration of an idea of Hunt Showdown, whereas Hunt Showdown I feel like it's got a lot more depth to it. And as far as I know, like, people play it and they enjoy like the first few hours of it, and then it gets really repetitive and boring because there's really not much point to doing the Hazard Zone once you've unlocked everything. It's just very, very easy to pretty much progress and finish what you need to unlock everything in the Hazard Zone, which is kind of disappointing. The other really cool thing I've seen from Battlefield 2042 is the portal. I've seen people making gun game, and like Carbon Cut's made like a milsim server, which looks really fucking cool. But I'm not 100% sold on this game with the only thing that I'm super excited about being the portal, because at any time those servers that people make could just go away, and you might end up in servers where there's no admin, and then you cop a lot of hackers, which whenever I play Battlefield, I find that there's a lot of people cheating in that game, and not because I'm salty about it, it's just disappointing. I just like want to play the game, and I find myself just dying constantly to cheaters, and it's very, very frustrating. But I don't know how they're going to balance and manage that sort of stuff in Portal, because there's going to be so many different servers, and who knows how long they'll last. So the multiplayer, is it going to have a long life? Who knows? Like, Battlefields generally do, but like, there are so many good Battlefields now that I feel like player base is a little bit split between like all of them. People still play Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1 and 5, and I've played a lot of 4 and a lot of 5, and I like them both, but I do feel like they're very different games, and like it is kind of dividing the player base a little bit. Whether people stick with 2042 or not, I don't know, because the gameplay does feel very different. It does have a little bit more of a Call of Duty feel to it with the sliding and I don't know if you can slide cancel in that, but it feels like you could slide and jump and slide continuously, and you get so much momentum, which doesn't feel like Battlefield at all. It's a very weird feeling. I played like 10 hours of it in the beta, and it was really buggy, and I heard that the launch of the game is really buggy, which is something you're not excited to go into either. Like, who really wants to play a fucking buggy version of the game? So, yeah, I'm going to wait for Battlefield to iron out the bugs, see what happens with people's Portal servers staying afloat, and whether it's actually going to, like, maintain a lifespan. The other game is Halo Infinite, which I've never really been a big Halo fan. I played the first one when it came out, did co-op with my friend when we were in, like, high school. And I loved that experience, probably because I was playing with friends. It's like how I enjoy most of my games, playing with friends. It's why I've become more invested in multiplayer games, and why I love Escape from Tarkov and Hell Let Loose, because I always get to play in a squad with people I know or get to meet. And Halo Infinite's just not a game that I've been really like looking forward to or following, even though the game does look really good. The multiplayer for me is not something I really care to get into that much when, like, I know this might sound silly, but a free game like Splitgate is out, and so I just need to stop and explain what I was about to say about Splitgate. At the time of recording this video, I completely forgot that Halo Infinite was free, so I've stopped making the video, installed Halo Infinite, and played about an hour of the multiplayer just to get a feel for it. Multiplayer is pretty cool, it's pretty fun. It's if you like Halo, it's what you'd expect. But my real issue with it, and again talking about why I'm not excited about the game, is the time to kill in this game is not what I want from a multiplayer shooter. So naturally I'm not really super invested in this game, and now that the multiplayer is separate from the campaign, it means you're paying 90 Australian dollars for a game that is just a campaign. Whereas Call of Duty, you are getting 3 modes. You're getting like, well, technically 3 modes if you include Warzone. So you're getting the campaign, the zombies, and Warzone. And Battlefield, you're getting the multiplayer, the hazard zone, and the portal. Whereas Halo Infinite is the same price, and you're only getting Halo Infinite campaign, which is good if you've been looking forward to the campaign for a long time, because Master Chief is back and all that sort of stuff. But it's not like I've trying to explain that the campaign is not something I've always loved and always been invested in. So my excitement level for this game is quite low for the price point. It is very cool though that they are offering the multiplayer for free, but I do feel like it's going to split the player base again, because some people will never have played Halo and get this game for free and play the game, and they probably could earn money from people buying Battle Pass and cosmetics and stuff, and then people straight up buying the game, which I do kind of feel like is maybe a tactic to try and make more money. But it does feel a bit like again, divisive for the player base, and my experience of playing Halo Infinite multiplayer, in the first 10 minutes I actually encountered 2 bugs. First game I tried to get into, I straight up didn't know what was going on. Like, my character was not there was no gun, it was just everyone else running around, and my screen was like still, and I couldn't do anything. So that was annoying, and so I had to leave the game and rejoin another game. And then later, I, like, literally within the next 10 minutes, I got a bug where I tried to join a game in the quick queue, and it just kept saying joining, but there was 0 time estimated, and so I couldn't join. So I had to close the whole game and then reopen the game just so I could rejoin the quick queue. And then at the end of my experience, when I was about to wrap up after an hour, the game just straight up crashed on me, and I couldn't like be bothered trying to fucking open it again. So I was like, yeah, fuck this game for now. But I do want to play some more of that multiplayer and give it another shot to actually keep an open mind about it. But that is something to keep in mind when looking at these games, is it's not perfect, and it's the free version, and then there's the multiplayer, the campaign, sorry, that's completely separate from the multiplayer that costs $90 on its own. So there's something to consider there. Anyway, back to what I was about to say next. There's a lot of good indie games coming out that are doing exciting things. I know I just reviewed the Crows beta, and the Crows beta wasn't very good. I thought the game needed a lot of work, but it was exciting to try something that's a brand new IP, something that's fresh and interesting, and there was some interesting ideas in that game, and like, although they weren't very well executed, there's a lot of promise there, and hopefully those developers will listen and make a really cool game. And just like that, we have next week World War 3 is going to launch into closed beta, and that is another game that I'm really excited about, because it's like a faster time to kill version of Battlefield, but it seems like they're going to have a lot more like realism to the game, attachments and all that sort of stuff that I feel like Battlefield does tend to lean more into the arcadey side of FPS games again. But yeah, World War 3 is another game that I'm very excited about. Everyone knows that I'm excited about Escape from Tarkov, a game still in development. It is a very big game now, not a AAA game, but I feel like they're doing a lot of really good things. Criticize them as much as you like. I feel like they do listen to their audience, and I want more games to do that, to listen to their audience and like provide a really great experience that we can have memories with for a long time and enjoy for many hours. And I feel like brand new games like Crows and World War 3 are things I am getting excited about. And then, you know, there's Ready or Not coming eventually, and you've got like Blue Jake's game, Operation Harsh Doorstop, which is looking really cool. I'm very curious to get into the beta and try that game and see what it's about, because he's touting it to be like exactly what he wants from games. And I'm like, well, now I want to get my hands on it and see what he means. And that's how I'm kind of feeling about these big AAA games. You pay $90 for a game and you don't exactly get what you want, but you can get those better experiences from like cheaper games or indie games. I wouldn't say Escape from Tarkov is a cheap game at all, but it's an indie game and it gives me exactly what I'm looking for. But as far as AAA games go, there is one that I am really excited for this year, and I've got to say Dying Light 2 is probably the one that I'm the most excited for. It's not an FPS game, it is a first person perspective, but it is got survival elements which I really like in my games. Add a bit of survival and I'm in. And a story with choices that matter, and a co-op campaign that you can do with your friends, and I'm sure they'll have some form of multiplayer in the game again. And the game just looks really nice, and looks like they've spent a lot of time on it. It has been a long time between this Dying Light and the old one, and so it seems like they've worked on it immensely to try and make the best possible version of the game that they can, which I want all game developers to do. I think we all don't care about waiting for games to come out now after like the Cyberpunk 2077 thing and like everything that's going on with these 3 games that's coming out right now. Even though Call of Duty doesn't seem to have any real launch issues, just, you know, a little bit of like carelessness with the campaign and things like that. And you know, that's kind of how I'm feeling about big AAA FPS games this year. I'm just not 100% excited about them. Like, I'm literally playing through Stalker right now, which is from 2007. So that's kind of like where I am with these games. Like, I'm just trying to like play games that give me amazing experiences, and like Stalker, as old as that game is giving me an amazing experience, and I kind of want that from my AAA games. So that's kind of how I'm feeling about all these games at the moment. But anyway, thanks for listening to me rant. I hope I didn't piss anyone off. This is all just my opinion. If you have any thoughts and feelings on any of these games or any games I should check out, please leave a comment, because I want to embrace the audience and discuss things with you guys and like get to know you. So tell me what your thoughts are on Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Halo Infinite. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all those things that would help me grow the channel. That'd be awesome. And I hope you guys have a great day. Don't be a dickhead.